we ready?
Yep.
We're ready.
For an hour. Are the beans ready though?
Yeah, we're going combining.
You want one, two,
Better have 2.
3?
I need more. I get thirsty when I sit around. Come on. Come on.
Link in the description.
For the large bottles. Oh, jeez. Okay, that should be.
Okay.
Why do you need so much?
Oh, I thought we were going out for an hour.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Let's go. Oh, would you look at this? It's already ready for me.
We're trying to determine where we can hook up. We'll go look for a field approach for the big 45-foot draper. Okay, we sent the draper around a square mile. You got to be able to drive past with your driver's door towards the combine so you can hook up to the head. So Dougal is going around the mile, and he'll be here in about 10 minutes. So we wait. They're dead. I killed them. Ooh, it smells good out here. I'd say they're probably ready. That one had an aborted seed.
Yeah, they kind of dried up, so some of them didn't fill. So the headlands here, like I was showing you guys when he was spraying, where the electrical lines were getting repaired, or we didn't kill them.
Yeah.
But they're literally a month behind,
Right.
So you're never gonna wait for them.
We got a rain later into the spring or early summer that finally germinated those seeds because they were planted into concrete.
So this is what Eric and Brody claim is where the problem is gonna lie with plugging the combine.
Yeah.
Is that the green stem of the weed, granted obviously it's been killed, it's just so green, so big of a stem, I don't know, how long would it take for it to dry out?
Longer than we can wait.
Yeah, because you got to get the beans in between 13 and 18%. We should have sent our head, so the head has to go around the section. So we're just sitting here waiting for the head to arrive for the combine. So then what are we doing? We're going to drop our elevator doors, our return door tailing system. We're going to combine maybe 30, 50 feet, spit them right out on the ground because we know there's probably some corn possibly in there. Can't have corn. They're going on the ground. And we're going to close those up. Combine now, enough to get some to go through the unload system, dump those on the ground, and then we should be ready to combine.
Yeah, it's wasteful, but you have to do it for food grade, so.
Yep. That's what we were instructed to do anyways.
Did they take the scenic route? Hi! Don't crack my heat waves.
Well, first hookup of the year only took 2 attempts.
Pretty good.
He set me up for failure. He came in all crooked.
That's fine.
And then I was crooked too, so it wasn't good. I'm gonna be dumping on the ground just for a little ways. So I've combined just a little bit, basically from where I'm sitting out to them guys. Now we unload in the ditch, I guess. So I've been told. Oh my. Yeah, that was a necessary flush. There was definitely corn in the auger. Wow. So we vacuumed out everything we could, but obviously in the unload auger some stays in there. There was a fair amount of corn in there.
Lots of corn. It's a good thing you did it.
Yeah. I think I'm cracking them too much, boys. Like, there's a crack. What do you think?
Well, find that crack again.
Oh my gosh. I should have.
They're pretty.
We should have had pigs. I should have bought that black or that red one last night at the fair.
Yeah.
That's why you flush.
Yeah, this is why you flush, to get that corn out of the unload auger. You promise me it's good now? They said that corn isn't as big, but soybeans are a very big no-no due to they are an allergen, soy.
And they're harder to sort out because they're
Yeah.
similar size to the black.
So they screen all these, get any things like this out. This I'm sure is very bad. Grasshoppers, I suppose they'll sort the grasshoppers out. This one lost his head through the combine.
Well, loosen it up a little bit so they survive.
So in my 200-yard run here, it's looking like 15.8%. We got to be below 18. Don't combine soybeans till they're 13.5 or less, unless you're going to dry them, or sometimes you can put them in a wet bin and they'll dry in the bin with air on them. But these are going directly to town, to the plant, and I don't know. They're going to run a test sample to town, and they're also going to run a test sample to the farm and see what we're looking at for moisture, cracks, damages. Granted, we had barely set the combine at all. I mean, we just guessed and took off. 15.8. So it says.
I'll close your bottom sieve a little.
Yeah. Well, the first pass down the field, I did. Oh, I forgot about that. Lucky I didn't fall off the combine. I definitely got to work on cleaning the sample up. But they said not to fill it over the bubble auger because you get more cracks and splits. I just don't know. I don't know. I've never done this before, so don't look at me to advise anybody on this. We're learning. Today will be, this whole season will be a learning event, especially the first load. They went to get the other combine because I think they're definitely ready. And now I'm waiting. Can't use a grain cart because that every pass through an auger is more cracks, splits, damage. So trying to avoid that. They're cutting really good. I've got the flex head. I don't know if you can see here, the draper. I got it tipped massively forward. So I'm running nose down. That'll work until it gets dewy. But I'm trying to get, see how lodged they are and tipping, and they're potted really low. So if I have my cutter bar sitting too high, it's gonna cut the bottoms of these off. And with it being lodged, I'm trying to scoop them. It works a lot better heading towards the west than the east because they're kind of leaning to the east a little bit. That just is the way it is. The wind, I've got the wind blasting. Actually, I should probably tip this back a little bit. I need to tip it back, so I'm blowing them onto the belts, which is working very well. We did change the pitch of the fingers here, so they're kind of pushing them in. I don't know if I'm sold on that yet. I might have to straighten them out because it's kind of lifting them up and they're getting bridged up too high. Other than that, I gotta fine tune that combine a little bit better to get a cleaner sample. And I'd like to have a guy with our bushel plus thing to throw out to see if anything's coming through the machine as I'm changing settings, because I need to possibly close my chaffer down and maybe close my bottom or my sieve down to clean it up. Maybe more wind, but I don't want to blow anything out of the combine. Also rotor speed and clearance. I've opened it up to 25. We started at 18 and it was grinding them like crazy. I'm up to 25 and I need that pan to throw out to see what different settings will work the finest here. but for the most part, I don't know if the yield monitor is calibrated. So these go off of pounds instead of bushels. So pounds per acre, we've been told 2750 is kind of what the plant averages for all the farms. Good yield, it's like 3,000, 3,200 is excellent. So probably got to do a few loads through the combine to get that calibrated. That should do it all by itself, but it definitely takes a little bit to get it all set. I'm excited. This is awesome. I'm pumped about this. New crop, learning. I love learning new things. I like a challenge. These are a challenging crop, or more demanding crop. Definitely a lot more fussy on the grading. I'll tell you right now, they ain't gonna be happy with what's in that grain hopper. I know that for a fact, but it's our first try, so we're working on it. We're working on it. Can only get better from here, right? We do this like almost every year, where we just bring one combine out to test it, and then, oh, it's ready. Now we have no trucks, no grain cart. Bring me a truck! I need a truck! He Jack Douglas combine. 29 years old today. Brody! Where's the trucks, guys?
You've been busy out here.
I'm giving her. I've been giving her. You can already see what I've been doing, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Get to your rotor settings. We're gonna go, I'm at 17 on the top, 6 on the bottom, and I'm at 25 there. Threshing them at 280 and 1250 on the cleaning fan. Now don't ask me if that's right or wrong, because I didn't have no one following me, but I was trying to get rid of debris. That guy and his horn. Just loves his horn. He's so excited! So now we got to do the same thing to this machine as far as a flush goes. So where we're hauling these black beans to is Morris, so it's about 30 miles, 30 minutes anyways, one way, so an hour, and it looks like it takes about a half an hour. Not much of a line, but about a half hour to unload the truck and get graded and everything. Just got our first ticket back. Everything looks good. 14.6 moisture, splits, B splits, whatever that is, must be splits, 1.2%. I think that's pretty good. I don't see no major red flags. The guy texted us, said looks good. So, surprisingly, to my amazement, I mean, you can see the white ones in there. If the glare ain't too bad, you can see that. But maybe that ain't too bad, just because they are black, so they really stick out when the white insides are showing. We did open it up and slow the rotor down some. We're at 270 rotor speed and 30 on clearance. So I'm satisfied. Seems to be working good. Anyway, you get into where it was more green when we sprayed it, 2.7 miles an hour in maybe the hilltops and the thinner areas, maybe up to max 3.5, 3.6. These are so viney and bushy and dusty, very dusty. As you can see, the dust is unbelievable. But they fill up the head And if you start pushing more ground speed, they start actually wrapping around the reel because they're so bulky, they don't want to ride nice through the head. So that's kind of why we're capped on speed. There goes the crane. They were just at the farm and put a double runs on the grain bins, so that I kind of missed that project or process because, well, obviously you see what we're doing, but we'll show you that once we get time, how they put that all together. So the bin site's really moving along good, which is awesome because we're probably 4 weeks away from bean harvest, and it is September 10th right now, so about 7-8 days from when we sprayed it. As far as yield, like we talked about, 2750 is kind of what the plant averages per year. Where's the right screen? So this is what both combines are adding up. So our average on this field is 3380 pounds an acre. So I consider that like over 200 bushel corn if we were comparing, in my opinion. But I have limited experience on it, so, and we'll see once each field they want hauled in. Like if a truck's half full or there's only 200 bushel on the truck, they want that to town to keep it tracked so that if there's ever an issue with the beans, they can track it to the farmer, to the field. That's for, you know, anyone raising this crop, from my understanding. So we'll know exactly how many pounds came off this field, which will be kind of cool. We'll get an instant what they yielded, in case these aren't right on the nuts, just because it is the first field and it takes a while for the computers to calculate the weights, the yields, how the whole system works. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun to be back in the saddle. As you guys know, I didn't get to run too much equipment this spring nor summer, which I don't have a problem with, but it is fun to get in the seat and go back and forth. So this is the efficiency killer. Not something you ever see us doing on our normal crops, dumping directly into a truck. Because number one, we weigh everything for crop insurance, because it all generally goes to the farm and put in the bins. So you need those records for the scale records to know. Oh, this is scary. To know what everything yielded to report to your crop insurance. So this ain't something we do often, and it's very efficiency killer, very much so efficiency killer. There's no doubt about it. It is. Anytime the combine's sitting, obviously acres aren't getting done, and we can't do a round because we're not supposed to put the grain above our bubble up auger in there, because it also can create plugging of that auger and also more splits. I think that truck's full.
All right, we got a full truck. This is our third truck of the day, and I finally get to take one to town. So we are going, it's about a half-hour drive or so, up to our edible bean plant that we contracted our seed through and have our sales contracted through. So we're hauling straight from the field to town. None of these beans we will store back at our bin site or anywhere else. They're gonna go right to town from the fields. Okay, we are at the plant here, and I'm getting unloaded one hopper at a time. They gave me a bucket, and that's what they sample with, so it's not like your standard elevator where you park on a scale or park by the probing station and they sample it. They're just going to sample this out the bottom, probably grab some from both hoppers. So that's where you get graded on your cracks, your splits. They'll take a moisture reading off of that, and so they know what we're bringing into them. But yeah, now I just wait. I do like this truck. It's got AC and it's got a radio, which I can't play for you guys, but I was bumping on the way up here. About a half-hour drive, so you get to listen to some good tunes.
Well, that is a wrap on this field. That's pretty cool. I'm glad we got the first field under our belts, feeling comfortable, knowing sort of what we're doing. It's telling me that it was like 30 370 pounds per acre. That's what the display is saying. But we will see what the elevator or the bean plant says they yielded. Now we get to take the heads off, head her home, and call her a night. Dew set in, and I don't know if the other field is ready yet. But we'll see what tomorrow brings. This don't work one-handed, by the way. You beat me home.
I did.
I gave him the weed patches, so he did less than me.
True. That's true.
I stuck Brody with every weed patch.
Did some slugging.
Did you?
Whoa. Pretty scary, actually.
Yeah, it's never a good feeling when she gives a little shake and
It was a solid 45 feet of weeds. Couldn't see the beans.
Oh, there was some spots.
Okay, I got us a ride. We got to go back to the field. The mom's coming, so they've been trimming bushes around the house. Can you about imagine what Dad looks like?
Shot. All right, that's a wrap on this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed us not knowing what we're doing and learning, because I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, it's always good to be behind the wheel. See you guys next time.